whispers on the wind, something's about to evolve. I'll just keep on hitting things, what problems can't that solve? 25 full years of questing, no banks or graves to delve. RuneScape 3 Hawk or Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2012. Welcome back to April 24th, 2012. We've got some big changes being announced, and things we need to deal with quickly here before it becomes much more difficult to deal with, or not reasonable to deal with at all. First on the list of things that we desperately need to get done before some, as of currently undetermined time, is some more dungeoneering. We've got 93 dungeoneering. That's a good start. We've been getting and destroying chaotic malls a bit, so we are getting a little bit lower on tokens here. Only 396,000. At this stage, we couldn't even get a mall and a staff at the same time. And that's just no good. Also, future requirements for specific levels. The main reason we need to get the dungeoneering done is the changes to inside the dungeons, obviously. We are going through, getting all sorts of experience, doing all sorts of stuff, fighting everything as fast as we can, doing the floors, clearing it out. But now we have the tool belt, which is going to speed things up nicely. We got better tools on the belt. We got interface changes, so we can go through it more accurately and more quickly. We got more ammo, which we don't need. We haven't gotten to the diary yet, so we don't get the third lodestone or anything, but that's also going to require at least 105 dungeoneering, which would be by far our highest skill. And our first skill that we're going to have to get over 99 for real this time. So let's get into a party, get down there, and get going. Already had most of the deep floors done previously while trying to push to get a level and everything. So I went and rushed through the first lower floors for a while, and then did the final floor here. The deepest we've ever been. Floor 47. And almost completely completed, except for this room up at the top here, which is the exact reason that we are having to do this now. Because to get into there is a divination door. And by the sounds of it, there's going to be archaeology doors, necromancy doors, which would make it even more likely that we would not be able to finish a floor or get the bonus for opening most of the rooms. So it would be better to do this as soon as we can. Next floor not available currently. Need to reset our prestige, which is also potentially going away. Total XP 43,000, plus all the boosts for being a medium floor, and the bonus rooms, and the difficulty. Got some minus for some reason. No guide mode, no deaths. Boosting us up to a respectable 54,000 XP. Of course, this is the top floor, and we get less for going to running through the lower floors and everything. But now, I just need to leave, reset the prestige, and go back in. I'll just start with the low floor rushing again. Prestige, current promise is 47, 46, reset, new prestige, more XP for each floor, reset progress. And here we can see the floors. I think we're going to just do rushing all the way to 35, and then do the occult floors mediums for now. See how that feels. There's definitely different options, like rushing, complexity 1 smalls, complexity 6 smalls, mediums. Later on there's even large dungeons available for solo, but that's not a thing yet, so we'll just get through here as much as we can. Still also doing all the weeklies, monthlies, and for a little bit longer dailies. Like the J vine here, which is now weekly because of the farming XP, comparatively. Well, there is 103 woodcutting, which is a thing later we have to worry about. Yeah, 1200 woodcutting XP when fighting that. And then a bit of Slayer and a bit of farming. That's alright. 103 stronger cutting. Increased XP gain from chopping eternal magic trees. Those don't exist. So we're not going to get more XP for anything. What we are going to get more XP from, though, is also penguins here. With the amount of experience we should be getting, it's comparable to only 5 of the 16 points. So I'm still deleting all the other lamps because that's more correct. Still enough to get us 33,000 herblore XP a week, which is pretty solid. Enough to get to level 90 herblore. That is extreme defenses, strong gatherer's potions in Daemonheim, perfect juju herblore potion, no. Torstal gloves, maybe. Enhanced replenishment potion, no. Ports of Venture biologist, no. Extended super anti-fire with Arbuck, no. Primal extract and primal pulp, no. So, extreme defenses. Extremes could be a pretty decent way of getting herblore XP if we had piles of different herbs and stuff. But 90 herblore is a very nice level for another reason entirely. Because we can go get some more XP. Purposefully didn't complete the Falador Elite task set, achievement diary, whatever we're calling it. Have all the tasks complete, but didn't turn it in because one of the lamps requires level 90. And now we're level 90, so now we can do it. 530,000 XP to the next level here. Let's see what we get. About the task system. Where's that shield I gave you? Gone, lost it. Take care of it. Here's your new shield. 3. I've completed all the elite tasks in the Valor set, and let me tell you, it wasn't an easy job. Remarkable. I do believe that congratulations are in order. I believe rewards are in order. Right you are. Squire hands you a shield and 4 lamps. Final stage of the Felder shield grants you all the benefits of the buckler, kite shield, and tower shield did. Second full prayer restore each day. Improved experience and reputation of the Arson's workshop. Ability to get the giant mole nose. Prayer boost from the altar in the castle. If you lose a shield, come back and get another one. Thanks. Found a few gravy jugs that were hanging around the castle kitchen too. In the case of the gravy jugs. These aren't gravy jugs, they're magical lamps. Ah, that'll explain what happened at dinner yesterday. Oh dear. Okay. Not quite the same rewards as it would have been. We do get the Felder Shield 4. It's got a decent prayer bonus on it or something. 2 prayer restores per day. Which is pretty neat. Probably in total more than a prayer potion. 2 full restores. It's pretty good. It does have its uses. Let's see if we can even see the prayer bonus here. Also might have completely different stats and everything later. 5 prayer bonus. Yeah, 5 prayer bonus. It's pretty good. We can get an emote maybe? I don't know. Increased farming XP. That was from an earlier one. We can get white lily seeds from the bird nests from Giant Mole or something. 2 prayer stores. Operate it to find the Giant Mole in the old Giant Mole before it was changed. So that's no longer a thing. And then there's the altar over here. Should get more prayer points at the altar. But we can also get something else. Went over to the house, picked up the ancient hymnal. Let me bring that over here to the Falador altar, which is way level, all the way up here in the castle. Use the ancient hymnal on the Ceradoan altar, right here where it's going to be inconspicuous. We're not going to do that while the white knights are around. Bones. Break the altar. White Knights. I'd like to be in this room. How's that sound? This guy's still here. Don't worry about that. Place the ancient hymnal. You need to go behind the altar to convert it. Converting the altar. We've changed the altar entirely. It's now a Zeros altar. Convert the altar to a Zeros altar. Fascinating. Shrine to the glory of Zeros. Place my curses with prayers. And then change it back. So now it works like the Sentistan altar. So we can go here to change to prayers and curses instead of Sentistan, I guess. It's definitely something. Teleport to Falador, go all the way up through the castle. I would say faster than getting to Sentistan. Yeah. And then we have the lamps. So let's get some Herblore XP. 30,000 Herblore XP. Then we get 30,000 Herblore XP. And then 50,000 Herblore XP. And also another 50,000 Herblore XP. 160,000. Gets us all the way, a quarter of the way to the next level already. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Alright. Alright. That's all we need to do. And we should be able to get back to Dungeoneering. Level 94. Dungeoneering. Oh, big 56,000 XP for that floor there. Almost ready to reset again here. Prestige and all that. No unlocks most of the even levels here. That's alright. 95 Dungeoneering. That is actually a lot of unlocks. Let's look at all this. This is floor 48 for the warped floors. First one. Mini Blink might exist, Gradual Horsetalker Dungeon does not. And the bosses for the first warped floor are the Dreadnought, Warped Galuga, and Blink. So you'll see those once we actually get to the warped floors. And here it is. Floor 48. The warped floors. Getting all red and spooky, like we saw in the saga. It's getting close to something. New monsters. New, well, one new puzzle room. We'll see if we see that. Or just look at all the new monsters and things. Go through here, buy the stuff, buy some other stuff. Get a lot of experience at the end, have a good time. And it all works out. Concept runes, law runes. Making gate stones. Putting them down, the teleports. Running around. Green diamond there. Rooms over here. Nothing over here. Skeletons and zombies. Those have been a common occurrence on many rooms here. There's a mercenary leader. And of course, it's a guardian room. So I have to fight the mercenary leader, and then all the guys that they spawn in. Not a big problem. We're also going to definitely want to get a good stockpile of food from the enemy drops here. That's going to be very, very necessary, depending on what boss we get. Green Diamond King? Yep, that's one for them. Perfect. Got a little mini-map and our slightly larger map for the medium floor here. Can't do large floors yet. Would be lots more XP. But also would be very helpful to get another Dungeoneering upgrade before we wanted to do any large floors. So Pirate Kings, those are just Slayer monsters. Man, just kind of red. It's gonna be not very much warped floor action, since we only have the one floor available. But as we get higher levels, we'll unlock more options here. To go higher floors, get more XP, or lower floors, I suppose. There is some dinosaur chillin'. Big strong forgotten mage we're going to ignore. Let's get some debuffs to the stats here. Luckily, we don't really use melee too much, but strength can be a requirement for various doors and puzzle checks and things, so. The brutes and hellhounds look a little bit different. Guard dogs. They're all warped and lobby. That's something to note. The soul split, get level 91 defense. Have a range on range and defense here, because why not? Get some more useful XP. Level 91, no unlocks there. Just a little bit more defensive. In terms of defenses, we really don't get too much out of any of that. We don't really have like tank armor or anything like that. That's alright. The rats are also all warped and all that. A guardian door, an animated pickaxe, level 123. Generally, as you get to deeper floors here, the enemies are stronger also. So that's something to be aware of. Anything else in here? Yep, there's blood traps too. Beautiful. We have both of our gatestones on us right now. Probably shouldn't do that. Burnable debris, guardian door. We're gonna need to fight this rat. See if we can get through with no missed skilling checks. We have some pretty reasonable skills, but there still is a decent chance of not actually hitting every requirement. Especially since the requirements can go up to like 105 or something. Because you could technically go and make potions. Warriors in here, books have come down. There's a few things down here. In this pile? Nope. Alright. Yellow crescent, got that. 128 shade. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Here, regular door. Blue wedge door, got that one. It's a book, another pyre fiend. They're thematically appropriate here. Oh, and here is Blink. Great. Alright. He does a lot of concerning things here. That's not it. Can you see where he's at? There he is. Ow. Protect from range. To look on the map of where he's at. Try to stop him from getting us. Are we hide behind pillars? Not really. Oh boy. Let's go that way. Bonks into the pillar. And then we hit him. And he, unlike pretty much every other boss in engineering, actually does damage. That's something I need to be aware of. Ow. He's coming from that way and that way. He's gonna go from the top. That's fine. Far enough away, that's not a problem. Over there, we're gonna get hit. Bonk in the pillar. Then we can actually attack. So yeah. This is a problematic boss. Grab for another drop. This way. Too late. Further that way. Get hit. Pillar bonk. There you go. Blink. Comes. Explodes. I also don't want to die because, like, then we lose some experience. That's also not great. Accuracy is also a little low here, despite our level 99 bow and 99 arrows and 100 range. We got there in the end. That is an achievement of some sort. Achievement, diaries, something like that. Doesn't exist yet. That's Blink. Okay. Now we just want to finish the floor. Get the maximum XP possible here. Always worth it to open more doors. Divine door. Can't do that one. That's divination. I've had a few times where it's been on the critical path, completely stopping me from continuing. It's been highly unfortunate. Also out of prayer. So yeah. Lots of damage at blink. Would be better if we angled it better, turned on deflect range faster. Got some long swords as the reward, which in general were a better reward earlier, still. Got that over there, we'll take this. Any other food? Use a little bit more food here. Switch doors we can even open. That's a door we can't open. Got the blue shield and a guardian door here we can. Some rocks. Yeah. Generally, it's another floor of dungeoneering with possibly strong bosses. That's nothing in there. Over this way. Interfaces. This has a guardian door, like this singular cave slime. A little bit easier to deal with, all things considered, than blink, obviously. And some food, because why not? Because we're totally going to need in this last room we can open. Door with barricade, that's strength. Looks like there might be a lot behind that divination door, though. That's slightly unfortunate. Well, we do what we can. Let's see what XP we get for floor 48 here. First time. It's gonna be next floor not available. 47,000. So pretty good. And now we don't do another warped floor. We go back into the floors, do the ones we haven't done, get up to 48 completed, reset to have the higher prestige, and then get more XP on every floor from now on. 96 dungeoneering. That is a level, obviously. And no unlocks, because it's an even number. After several warped floors with only Blink as the boss, which was highly unfortunate, all the food, all the waiting, here we finally have another one of the warped bosses to fight, the Dreadnought. It's hard to determine if the Rammernaut controls the eye or vice versa. Got eye on his chest, the Rammernaut, all warped and corrupted. We also have these bones here, because there was two of the brutes in the room with him at the start, talking about what's happened to the captain, why does he look all warped? And then he killed him with his big warped mace. And now we come in and we attack. See if the Dreadnought does anything differently. Can't use deflect curses, doesn't matter. The stats of some of these bosses are wildly out of control. It's got a range attack, apparently. Melee and range. Would make protection prayers less effective or something. Anyways, they drop plate bodies. That's fun. Blink drop the longsword. That's just so much easier. By a ludicrous amount. We also completely completed this entire floor 48, so that's pretty great. And that's gonna give us 60,000 XP and level 97 dungeoneering, which, like the message in the corner said, does allow us to come down here to floor 49. And that's it. But now, at floor 49, we can complete this, then complete all the other floors, reset prestige, and get even more XP. 2026, aka DeleteScape, continues to delete more things here. Next system removed from the game, auras. This is the last time we get to use Jack of Trades. 10 out of 10 complete. Get our last XP book. 12,000 herbal XP. Amazing. Some of them are being added into the skills themselves, or minigame reward shops, or put into significantly less convenient spell systems, or just deleted entirely. So, there you go. Not allowed to train skills without training skills. Or going and buying the bonus XP for real money. That's still fine, obviously. Obviously. All the small XP drops from the dungeoneering doors and puzzles do add up to get to some more levels here. So we're at the circus, getting 85 agility. Get off here, come back down. We can actually look at our level 85 agility unlocks. We got the Advanced Gnome Stronghold course, which exists. And then quadruple Watchmen, quadruple Metaphytes, triple Gnomes, double Elves for pickpocketing bonuses. Don't think we'd ever pickpocket any of those, even with a higher chance of that, but sure. Snowy Knight barehanded with 90 Hunter, maybe. Butterfly catching increased chance, that's added later. And the Anachronia island-wide agility course, once Anachronia becomes a thing. Yeah. Of these, the Advanced Gnome Stronghold course actually would have a potential reason to do that. That's a problem for later. We're worrying about dungeoneering mostly right now. But we're also worrying about another skill here at the circus. Have we got enough experience from the dungeoneering doors and stuff? Fire making. Spin some stuff around. Have a great time. And fail some of it. Because of course. So you get multiple chances. Ideally. Also plan the experience here with failure in mind. In order to get level 86 fire making. Alright. Finish up our circus event here. A little bit more XP. Not too shabby. 86 fire making. That is nothing at all. That's alright. It's another level. Well, this is something. Just over here, unnoting pineapples from Arhin to make some more super compost. And there are specific skill pet bunny appearance tokens in the bank. I guess the Easter event is going on. That's been getting put in there while I was dungeoneering or something. Redeem specific skill pet bunny appearance token. Okay. For which pet? More choices? These ones we already have from last year or something. We just get them all. Which ones do we have? Do we care? Fire making? I use appearance until you unlock the base pet. See if we can get ones for ones we have at least. And some magic, defense, perfect. That's available, I guess. Constitution, more choices, herblore. What else we got? Crafting, rune crafting. Obviously not. I have not done much rune crafting. Mining. I got that one. Smithing? Nope. More choices. Cooking. Fire making? Nope. This is not the best interface here. Woodcutting? More choices. Fletching? Fletching again? Still no. Still don't have that. Slayer. Farming. Probably been faster to just look to see which ones we have. Hunter. Choices. Summoning. No. And then we definitely don't have divination, invention, archaeology. Alright, put it on dungeoneering. I must know what that means. Oh, let's just put it in whichever one's here. Put it on mining, sure. And strength, okay. And Slayer. Something like that. Whatever. Compost. Got absolutely scammed here on the first floor, 49. Over there we got a divination door. Can't do that. Wouldn't even if we could, because don't want to get divination XP. And then 2 other doors we don't have the key for, and 3 other keys. We're missing a lot of XP here. But it does get us the next progress, reset, everything. So we get 41,000 XP instead of like 60,000 plus that we would get. Next door's not available. Leave, reset, and get more XP. Here's the final dungeoneering puzzle, the portal maze. You know these portals, you gotta eventually get to the pressure plates. Each portal takes you somewhere in one of these other rooms. Just kind of go through the portals and take damage while you're inside. Just keep running, going through portals, go through random ones, just keep going straight. You'll eventually get somewhere. Running, find all the different options, or whatever. And now we're in the middle. Unlock the door, and you win. Wild. I just remembered to do something here. In the ring, open the ring, customize. We need to get level ups in the thing. Increase the damage of range attacks. Sounds good. There's also chance of hitting, reducing target's defense. I just want the increased damage. Upgrade this to tier 7, plus 17%. Each one of these is going to be plus 1% ranged damage, maybe. Range level when calculating damage, something. It's more. 6,800 tokens for that one. And then 18,000 tokens for this one. And then 58,000 tokens for this one. And lastly, 233,000 dungeoneering tokens, which would take 2.3 million experience to get 1% more range damage. Not super worth it, except it's going to be worth it later. And sooner we get it, the sooner we're going to get 1% faster. Maybe. Yeah. We have a good chunk of tokens from all the dungeoneering we've already been doing. And we can get even more. It's going to be great. Nice big full floor here for level 98 dungeoneering. 58,000 XP. Pretty good. Well, that is going to unlock nothing because it's an even level. But still. One more level for level 99. Only 1.1 million XP. Could not for the life of me get the warped Galuga as a regular boss here. So just when I did some basic complexity 1 rush warped floor here, after I already did a full set of the warped floors for 65 and 71,000 XP. That's pretty good. Here's the last boss we can fight. It's the warped Galuga. He's here. I'm gonna attack him. Uses attacks. Unlike Blink, they don't do any damage, like most enemies. He does a little floor thing. That's a very big magic ball, my goodness. He does this. You just dodge it. Wild. I think damage is really low here. Something defenses and effects and things. There's a variety of those in a variety of the bosses here. Anyways, warped Galuga. Warped by the warped floors. Yes. That's how it be. And they drop robe tops. And an elite task. So that's nice. Tasks don't exist yet. How much we get for a rush floor here? 1,700. Also no prestige since we already did the floor. Yeah. Well, that's taken care of now. Dungeoneering was released on April 12th, 2010. And we got right into it on release day here. In those 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Multiple levels per floor because of later XP changes. And then 6 levels at once to 17. 4 levels to 21. 23, 25, 27, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, all the way to level 69, finishing what was available at the time, April 2010. Then in August 2010, came back to get from level 70 Dungeoneering all the way to level 93. And then, what we were just doing right now, April 2012, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, and here we go. Even like the next floor, floor 50, because level 99 Dungeoneering, fireworks, all sorts of fun. Well, that is floor 50, like I said. Collect Dungeoneering fragments at double the rate. Don't exist. We already have all of those. That's a problem for later. And a skill cape. But here we are on floor 50, so we'll do this first and then go get the cape. Because why not? That floor 50 had a divination door I couldn't go through. But this one's completely full and opened all the doors, so it should be pretty good. Technically, it could be more XP, because we didn't finish every other floor first, so we still have a Prestige 49. But still, 68,000 XP. It's pretty good. And now we can leave and go get our cape. Dungeoneering, level 99. It's pretty good. We found a shard. It's been added to our shard bag. Yep, that's still happening. Yep. Gonna have to worry about that eventually here. Anyways, talk to Thok. What do you want with Thok? Can I buy a skill cape of Dungeoneering? Thok say it okay. You are a great warrior, and Thok will raise a drink to this eventide. To you this eventide. Thok must ask for 99,000 coins for materials, though. I think I have the money right here. Excellent. Wear that cape with pride, my friend. The Dungeoneering cape. Oh wow. Classic style, of course. This is 99. It's kind of clipping with the shirt a little bit, but that's alright. Let's go in, do the emote, turn into one of the tier 11 sets here. Emote. Might also depend on what weapon we're wielding or something. Or maybe it also isn't random anymore. I don't know. Promo guy. Pretty cool. We're going to put this in the house with the magic of lodestones, which I'm also really enjoying. And then we will continue doing Dungeoneering. Because unlike any other skill currently, it goes to 120. I don't think we're going to quite get there, but there is still more levels to be gained but in the before times here. So let's keep going. 100 Dungeoneering. Just about there. Just about. That is going to be the Mauritania Slayer Tower dungeon, when that exists. But what it is another bind slot currently. That becomes a lower level later, so that happens. But for now, we're gonna go through the floor 50 here, collecting everything we need to make ourselves a new item. This has been an ordeal. 26 minutes. I had to take a herb seed, grow some herbs, to make some potions, to boost my farming, to make some more herbs, be able to actually do stuff with this. And that was a boost for the farming level. I also need to boost the herb lore level, to make a potion with the herbs I have to boost my farming level to farm, to make a strong artisan's potion, to boost my crafting level, to craft a mega leather body. Requires level 89, boosts to 90, and that is a tier 9 leather body. Technically we could do one better, since this only requires level 80 defense, but we can't get 99 crafting or whatever it would be. Also, we brought the group Gatestone with us. That's fine. We picked up everything. We had to get all the money to buy those hides from picking up everything in the entire dungeon, basically, and selling it for cash. Most of, like, charms and stuff sell for quite a bit. But now we go into the bind setup, and we load out with the mega leather body, the Sagittarian shortbow, all the Sagittarian arrows. So this Gorgonite Maul, could upgrade that to Promethium if we ever found a Promethium two-handed weapon for melee. Technically possible from Rammernaut, but we'd only do those in rush floors, so it's usually not very high level anything. And also potential drops from Promethium or Primal warriors running around, but very rare. Not like we use melee too often anyways, but still. With this new mega leather body, we have more health because of the changes to quote-unquote tank armor later. A little more defense, in theory. What we really would like, potentially would be better, would be the Silk Shadow Hood from the Night Spiders or whatever they're called. It makes certain enemies not attack you, which also is effectively defense, in theory. There were even multiple of those on this floor. They just very rarely drop the special item that you want from them. But anyways, that is a small upgrade. It's also going to technically decrease our melee accuracy, since that's also a thing. Evolution of combat. Well, that's okay. Because now we have a little bit more something. And we also have a completely full floor 50 here. That should be a very solid amount of XP. 79,000. Yeah. That's pretty good. Alright. And then we leave and we reset the progress and keep going. 101 dungeoneering. That is unlocks every odd level here. Floor 51, the Hope Devourer and the Hope Nibbler pet can purchase. Maybe not yet. Very expensive. Don't have the tokens to do that. But must defeat the Hope Devourer first on floor 51. Go check that out. Well, that's a floor 51. It was Blink again. Changed it up to actually work correctly. Comes from the south and the west here. So just hitting out in the northeast can actually block him more times. Works better. Also got a lot of doors closed, so there's not going to be a good amount of XP. Only 38,000. Oof. I think we will do some quick runs to see the Hope Devourer here. Here's the Hope Devourer. He's over here, devouring Hope. A behemoth. The strongest. Last one. Forgot guy? Go away. He's got like a lot of different attacks or something. Ow. I like shove attack there. Come over and shove me somewhere? Don't do that. Just kind of hit him, I suppose. Anyways, probably gonna be stronger if we actually do it on actual medium floors and things. Get some new chronicles for part of the book. And he drops range bodies, which would have potentially been helpful. We get the level 90 defense body as a drop. If we hadn't gone ahead and just got the Shadow Silk hood from a Night Spider. The body wasn't really doing anything, and we didn't need it anyways. So instead we got this. rare drop. Lucky to have it. It's got a magical effect to have non-mage humanoid enemies not be aggressive. So like Forgotten Warriors, Forgotten Rangers, zombies, skeletons, hill giants, stuff like that. But mages can cast a spell to turn off the magic power for a little bit. So you're not always knocking attack by things, but in general, stop multiple enemies from attacking at the same time, run into a room, only fight the ones that are aggressive first, be getting hit less in total. And later on, when there's more binds available, we can always get another body or whatever. So for now, it's gonna be just fine. Next future situation that we need to deal with. A rare undelete in DeleteScape. After all of the auras were deleted and the loyalty points and the entire Solomon General Store and loyalty store and everything, the stuff that you can buy, all the cosmetics and stuff, are back in the new marketplace store place. Loyalty point bundle contains everything, mostly. It's got outfits and the gazes and accessories and replica stuff and animations and emotes and titles and hairstyles and pets and item recolors. 153 things apparently. We did grab some of these with the amount of loyalty points we had, but we couldn't use for anything. But now we have all of them, I guess. And this is apparently for members until they change the base outfits and player model or something. We're not really going to worry about it too much. Also got another one of these Easter event things here. Put that on something. Doesn't matter which. How about the summoning pet? We don't have the pets, fine. Whatever. There you go. Now we can get back in the dungeons again. There is level 98 Constitution. Getting some combat XP down here in the dungeons. That is no unlocks whatsoever. That's alright. We're also incredibly close to another combat level here. We just fight some more stuff, which is very easy. And the stuff kind of just doesn't attack us sometimes. Hood power, pretty good. Specifically, Shadow Silk Hood. Anyways, magically level 92 defense. Halfway there. Something. That is actually things later. Trimmed Masterwork, Elite Tectonic, Elite Sirenic, and Elite Dracolich. I don't think we're going to be getting too many of these anytime soon. My goodness. And no combat level from those. And then we get a skill door we can't open, leaving us 310 XP short, so we do one more rush floor for level 102 Dungeoneering. Oh wow. It's an even level, so no unlocks. And here is unlocking the next floor, floor 52. Because that is 103 Dungeoneering. 68,000 XP on the floor. Pretty good. And we're immediately dropped right into floor 52. Well, that's nice. Okay, what else we got? Nothing else, just floor 52. Yeah, we've gotten a few other things though. Finally got a Primal Warrior to drop a Prometheum Spear. Or just any two-handed weapon would have worked, but that's an upgrade over the Gorgonite Maul we had earlier. Also killed a very strong pickaxe, and it dropped a Prometheum pickaxe. So that's on the Dungeoneering tool belt now, along with the Prometheum hatchet. You can't technically use the Prometheum pickaxe because it's level 90, but it scales down, so it all works. In terms of other upgrades right now, I guess nothing. We're just peak performance here. Full map completion on this floor 52 here. Technically would be more XP if we also got the prestige bonus all the way to 52 by doing all the other floors first. But timing-wise, just right after unlocking it works best here. Let's see how much XP this is going to be. Not available. Next floor. 73,000. That's pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna leave. Go do the other floors. Keep doing more floors. And a lot more floors, because the next level is in another 1.9 million XP now. So, that's a little bit. But also it's going to be faster since we get the next prestige bonus once we get that happening. So, that's something. 104 Dungeoneering. That is now officially our highest level, even the levels that don't exist yet. And only 2.2 million XP to the next one, where we have no unlocks to make anything quicker until then. And here is level 105 Dungeoneering. Leave the dungeons. We've done a lot of dungeons here. It's been a lot. Resetting prestige, making potions, getting locked out. Unlocks floor number 53 here. Brilliant. I think that's enough dungeoneering for now. Not like we really had a choice, though, because dungeoneering is now dead to me. A whole massive rework, rebalance, re-update here in dungeoneering. Lots of things changed, but the most important for us is the addition of invention and archaeology doors, which we won't be able to open because they're not supposed to get experience and skills that don't exist yet. It was already bad enough with just divination doors constantly stopping us from opening more of the doors and getting in the way of the main path through the dungeon, so we couldn't complete the floor at all. Now it's going to be 3 times more common, or something. Exactly how. Percentages. Probability. But anyways, we will not be doing more dungeoneering. Probably at least until archaeology. Maybe we could get away with it when there's only one skill we can't do. There's a whole lot of other changes in here too. So we'll worry about that whenever we decide we need to do dungeoneering again. But along with all that, there's also been other changes we need to deal with. Like here, where the floor progress has been reset, so that's a different thing. We got 323,000 dungeoneering tokens back from the Ring of Kinship effects being reset and prices changed. CMR. Passive effects Ring of Kinship. Now it's Necromancy. So we're just going to be using ranged. So let's upgrade this back to where it's supposed to be. Increased chance of hitting. We already hit all the time. Basically all the time. Reducing target's defense. Basically doesn't matter. Increased damage of range attacks. These are now cheaper. That's 11% range levels and calculating damage. That's something. Upgrade, confirm. Next one is 280, and 590, 1200, 2600, 5500, 11, 23, 43,000, and 79,000. So in total, a lot less than it used to cost. And all these are now passives, but we can still only have one right now, so I can be spending more on that. In total, all that put together, we have 1,856,690 Dungeoneering tokens to work with. We also had some price changes for everything in here, but it is what it is. We got Chaotix, we got Super Chaotix are also a new thing. So yeah. Ultimately, the costs in the store are just going to be what they are. Any changes in prices we could have offset by having the ability to actually do more dungeoneering before this update. So we can't just go willy-nilly buying and destroying our Chaotix over and over again. We probably also have to make sure that we can still get the tokens back from them after destroying them. 200,000, get it back. It's 100,000. I think they also now come with full charges, so that's also something. In total, that's dungeoneering for now. Onwards to the next emergency. The circus is not the emergency, but it is, assuming we succeed here, level 95 magic. Get a little more XP from the anvil. Yes. Alright, perfect. That is quite a few things that don't exist yet, still. Fire Surge, yes. Group Vengeance from the Livid Farm, I guess. No thanks. Heal Group, probably. Remove Criminal Bolts. Enchantment, no. Fire Surge from Armadillo Roar, Awakening the Otis Seat. Doom Against Resplendence, also no. I don't really ever use anything besides like air spells, because elemental weakness isn't that big of a deal. Costs a whole bunch of extra runes. Also, we never use the surge spells with EOC changes because they are unnecessary because of our weapons, but anyways. 95 magic. Neat. The real next emergency is construction. Here's level 91. Construction. What do we get here? Magic dungeon treasure chest and starved ancient effigy. Another option for effigies, I guess. Not as common as they would have been, but still. Just over here, sitting in Remington, chopping oak trees, having the butler make planks. We got all the money from earlier adventures for the God Wars dungeon and all that. This is still going to take a little bit. It's not the quickest, since we actually have to also chop all the logs. 92 construction. Halfway there to 99, technically. Honestly, of the skills, construction's probably one of the more actually halfway there, because you're just doing the same thing for a really long time. XP rates, all that. We can now make the fanciest pet houses in our menagerie, have 31 rooms, and later make a botanist workbench tier 3. Okay. And here is 83 farming. Been getting seeds from the bird nests from the oak trees for the oak planks. Also got the strong rabbit foot for more bird's nest or whatever. Anyways, that is a spirit tree. So if we get a spirit seed, we could do something with that. What locations can we even put a spirit tree in right now? I think we already planted one in Brimhaven by boosting our level. I don't know if we can even plant more right now. We'll have to look into that. 93 construction. That is only nourished ancient effigies. With all these additional skills, we have a lot more options for effigies. Although there probably are still some pairs that are going to be a problem. Like mining smithing, I think, is one. We don't get too many effigies, it's not a problem. It's been another month today, still. Troll invasion. Herbler XP. 64,000. Pretty good. Once a month. That is 91 Herbler. That is extreme magic potions. Starved ancient effigies, for sure. Fellstock, I think that does exist. Extreme brawler potion, extreme battle mage potion, extreme rune crafting, perfect juju dungeoneering. Probably not. Not like we would make most of these potions anyways. We can't farm the Fellstock, so More levels, making it more and more possible. 94 construction. Well, that is some things. Hanging dungeon skeleton, dungeon skull torches, marble dungeon door, and hellhound in the dungeon. Lots of dungeon stuff this level. We don't even have a dungeon. It's not something we really need. All these logs to make into planks for construction. Here is level 104 woodcutting, which is not a thing yet, but is later going to be a thing. So we get improved lumberjack's intuition. Improves effects on Lumberjack's intuition. I think that is only for eternal magic trees or something. I don't think that matters. It's not a real level. 95 construction. Well, that's a few things. A few very, very expensive things. Definitely at the higher end here. Crystal Thrones. That is 15 magic stones, which are like a mil each. Not gonna make that. Or a large Ori or a steel dragon. Gonna open up sated ancient effigies. And later, guardhouse tier 3. Got the woodcutting pet. It is Woody. Well, look at that. When pets exist. That is also Jack of Trades. 5 non-combat skilling pets. Yep. 84 farming. From the seeds, from the nests, from the trees, for the logs, for the planks. That is La Compass in Daemonheim. Not that we're going to be doing more dungeoneering for a while, but, you know, options. 96 construction. Well, that's some expensive stuff. Marble wardrobe. A superior pit trap. Different dungeon. And 32 rooms. 97 construction. That is a few things. A pit iron dragon, since we've completed Love Story. Would only cost 7.5 million coins. Also can open the final level of Ancient Effigies with construction XP. And make a marble spiral staircase, if we wanted to do that. Our basic staircase is fine. 98 construction. Last level before 99, obviously. 1.2 million more XP. Our reward for getting 98 is literally nothing. 1 level to go. But first, a different one more level. All these logs, wood cutting, gets us level. Wait for it. Virtual, at least now. Woodcutting level 105. That is not a thing. Later will be a thing. And we get wood box capacity increase. We don't have a wood box because that doesn't exist yet. So, that's fine. So we're going to be chopping the same speed. Just like every time success, even with the adamant hatchet. So that's alright. Construction was released on May 31st, 2006. Starting with our little tiny starter house for 1,000 coins. We got right into it, spending some of our decent stack of money at the time, getting levels, more levels, and more levels into the 20s, and 30s, and 40s, getting all the way to level 50 on release day. A reasonable amount of levels to get. And then we started doing it more incrementally. In June of 2006, got 51 to 55. In July of 2006, 56, all the way up to 65. August 2006, 66 to 70. September 2006, just keep on going month by month here. 71 and 72. We stopped for a little bit. Got back in May of 2007 for 73 up to 76. And then an even longer break until September 2009, getting 77 to 82 in order to build some new storage stuff. Very good. December 2011, got 83 up to level 90. And then what we were just doing today, in April of 2012, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, And here is. Once I remove this larder, make one more level 99 construction. That took a little bit. Something like 50,000 experience per hour. Chopping the logs, turning them into planks with the butler, spending all our money. Got 1.7 mil left from the 30 plus we started with or something. But we got enough, and now we're done. 99 construction. We could go make a demonic throne if we had another 25 million coins and we wanted to do that. Also a magic stone cape rack, which has the same storage as the marble one, but it costs 1 million coins, so we're probably not going to do that, I don't think. 33 rooms. Later, a command center tier 3, and also skill mastery. So since skill mastery, we can go get a skill cape. Get that from just any of the construction guys. Nice easy one to get here in Falador. Talk to the estate agent. Welcome to the Gilnor Housing Agency. What can I do for you? That's about houses. Move a house, houses, next amount houses. Skill cave of construction. Alright, that'll be 99,000 coins, please. I think I have the money right here, actually. Just about. Now we have 1.6 million coins. The construction cape. There is no skill cape perks yet, but still another skill cape. Good to have more of these in storage. Do the emote. Makes a little house, 1 by 1. Brilliant. Hey, that's something. Alright. So we can go put that in the house. Gonna put the construction garb away. I don't really need the hammer hatchet and the strung rabbit foot necklace. Not gonna be doing too much more wood cutting right now. There is something we could need wood cutting for, but whether or not we worry about that right now, later we will. I'm gonna store all this stuff away. Want to put anything else on? Let's just bring out the rock shell. Might as well. Works somewhat with the axe. It's not the best weapon by any means, but you know, it's alright. Yeah, I got a few other skill capes in here. We end up destroying them whenever we need them, or just alching them, because we can't keep the hood and it doesn't go back in, etc., etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 99s. And 2 99s today. Very much on the same day, all this dungeoneering and construction. But now, it's time to continue. Because we got one more skill and thing we want to do. At least a little bit. So, updates. On April 26th, 2012, we got Players Gallery 34, Bad Jobs for NPCs. The winner was Mudknuckles, doing a bad job. Next Players Gallery, Quest Villains. On April 27th, 2012, Easter competition, loser rabbit suit video. Had to wear the rabbit suit because I lost the competition video. And a dev blog on the RuneSpan. It's a rune crafting training method that expanded beyond the original minigame idea that it was going to be, showing off gameplay, balancing, art, all sorts of cool stuff. And then, on April 30th, 2012, go see RuneScape at the MCM Expo. Got demos, giveaways, merch, a panel, win a free ticket, cosplay competition, or just say why you should get a free ticket competition. You got patch notes in the game, even more bloom fixes, floating split in half willow trees are no longer floating and split in half. Nomad in the Dominion Tower won't get stuck. Still need to get to that at some point. We need stronger stuff first, though. And also, torch sounds are now quieter. No jet engine torches. So that's nice. We also got the Lily of the Valley yearly event. Go pick some flowers, have a good time. Flash powder factory points increased by 10%. And a new trimmed completionist cape requirement over at the RuneSpan. So let's head to the RuneSpan. It is a bit more grandiose heading to RuneSpan compared to what it should be. Still have the old Wizard's Tower at this point. So instead of being up here on the roof, all crazy with beams and portals and things, it's just on the upstairs floor where Wizard Phoenix is standing next to a wall with a portal in it. So that's something. Wizard Phoenix.
I hope they let me into the Runecrafting Guild soon. It's cold up here on the roof.
Not on the roof anymore. Wizard's Tower. When you do, he's the shop. See a shop. This is the Runecrafting Shop. This takes points that we get once we actually go into RuneSpan. You can buy another Wicked Hood. We can just get that for free. And more pieces of the Wicked outfit. These used to do something until 2026. Now all they do is be a little bit of weight reduction. They would boost the abilities of the Wicked Hood. Then you get more essence and more teleports and things, or whatever. Does nothing now. You can also buy some staves, which are okay. Up to level 75 magic staff here. Pretty solid. One of the things I decided to go for on the release of Ironman, back when this would have been a relevant thing to get. 90 rune crafting though, so 25,000 points. That's a lot. Also get an 18 essence pouch. That's pretty cool. You can recolor the outfit that doesn't do anything if you were so inclined. And completely cosmetic esteem rank things, going up to many, many points. The amount of points also was like doubled or something. But again, nothing in here does anything that we care about, so we don't care about the points at all, really. Anyways, the actual RuneSpan started at RuneFest, where a new runecrafting training method won the vote between 5 different potential updates. And now, they made it. It's a new runecrafting training method. One that we can actually do, which is going to be great with our 63 runecrafting. By far our lowest skill, because it's been completely unnecessary, not very good with our whole no banks thing. And we knew that this was going to happen, so into the RuneSpan. Through the portal, you get dumped off on a floating island with many other floating islands and floating things and stuff. Lots of things to see here in the RuneSpan. Specifically, there's 3 different levels. We're on the lowest level at the start here. Grab yourself some floating essence. Just float in here. Everything floats. And you can siphon from S-lings and S-hounds and S-wraiths, just creatures. Get a couple runes. These are not actual runes you can use for anything. They're just used for other stuff here in the RuneSpan. But the creatures only have 5 runes that they drop, and then a bunch of extra essence. You can go over to the nodes and get even more runes and XP, and it's really easy. The nodes will eventually disappear. You can tell which runes you're going to get based on what they are. Yeah, cyclones are air, mindstorms are mind. As you continue further out, you get higher level, more complicated. Sometimes even multiple runes at the same time. Those are pretty good. You just keep on getting more runes. The amount of runes you get is worth points. You can even buy runes to just get a head start here. But you would need some points, which we don't have because we only got here for the first time. Then once you have some runes, or you're buying the runes and already got where you're going, you can go use a bunch of different platforms to head to different areas to get different selections of the creatures and nodes and stuff. Different things spawn more often on different platforms. Go to specific locations to get better experience. There's some earth runes here. We can jump over here. And just going around. You need higher levels to get to higher levels of the platform and stuff. We can just get some essence. And just sit here, not needing any resources. Getting rune crafting XP. It's pretty great. You can also sometimes find some kind of random events, like the Rune Sphere, which is currently on the top floor, which we can't get to. We probably could go to the middle floor. That'd probably be a better plan. Lowest level stuff here is quite low level. Can grab some quick, easy, various kinds of runes. Depends what platforms you want to use, I suppose. You know, there's rune spheres, which you siphon them a bunch, and then you get to the core and get a whole bunch of rune crafting XP, but we can't get to that one. It's already done anyways. Sometimes there's some wizards. You can give them some runes, and then you get more XP. It's just everything's more rune crafting XP. It's a pretty good time. And climb up here. It's like 33 rune crafting to get up to the second floor here. Now we got different stuff. We got hounds. We got a firestorm, which is fire and air. There's a fleshy growth of body runes. Nature. All that. With 63 rune crafting, we do a few different things here in the rune span. Starting from the most basic stuff and platforms and S-lings, continuing up through all sorts of stuff, body and firestorms and vine ladders, chaos S-hounds and shifters and mist platforms. Don't know if the mid-level portal entrance exists, but we can get up here just fine. And then law runes from the jumpers, comet platforms to get to other spots. And at level 66, we can go to the upper floor. So we're not quite there yet. We're also out of essence, since we're just harvesting from the nodes so much. Let's go grab some more essence. Do a little bit of AFKing at the start on the little guys. Grab a whole bunch of essence to use. In general, this is a very, very easy way to get some rune crafting XP. And that's pretty good. Let's get some rune crafting levels here. Why not? Found a yellow wizard. He wants runes. We don't have a lot of the good runes. He wants 20 of each. So we'll just give him some body runes. It's probably fine. 1700 XP. That's something. What's more than something is this nebula right here. Astral and cosmic runes. Very, very good XP. Moved up here to this corner, and it's gone, of course. Moved up to this corner to try to get some better stuff. Also need some law runes. We're gonna go siphon this law sound a few times. Can spend a few runes moving around between platforms, or just find one that has decent spawns and just don't worry about it. It's also an option. And we are already level 64 rune crafting. What is nothing. But with all the new stuff here in RuneSpan, we do have even more opportunities to actually get unlocks here. More areas, more things, more stuff. 65 rune crafting is a very strange level here in the rune span. What is death runes with Morning's End Part 2, which we've done. Skulls, death S-rays, and skeletal platforms. Requiring level 65 rune crafting. Are on the upper floor, which we can't go to. Just go get level 66 rune crafting so we can access it. And a whole bunch of other stuff too. That is 7 times air runes. Not that we're gonna make any air runes. The bone ladder. Rune span portal for the high level entrance, which you have to change the medium level entrance later. Also might not exist yet. Also the buying runes from the guy at the start doesn't exist yet, doesn't look like. We got a good supply of everything from collecting, so we're pretty much fine. And even later, 7 spirit runes per essence. For now, we're heading up the bone ladder to the highest tier of RuneSpan. Lots of high level stuff up here, including all that death stuff we just unlocked last level. Find a good spot to be here. Get less of the lowest level things. Again, depends what islands you're on. But even more XP to be had. 67 rune crafting. That is nothing. Alright. Level 68 rune crafting. That is nothing. 69 rune crafting. That's pretty good. Except for the fact there's no unlocks still. There's definitely some unlocks at most levels, but not at these levels. Apparently. 70 rune crafting. That is actually some unlocks. Ain't that something? Let's see what we get. 6 mind runes per essence and 3 fire runes per essence. If we're doing regular rune crafting. I'm not going to mess with any of that. You also get the Celestial Surge box in Daemonheim, which is not something we would want. Rune Ethereal Fragments don't exist yet. I'm not sure exactly if we can get these from just regular rune crafting here. Or, well, this isn't really regular. It's regular for us, but I'm not going to worry about that. And Savvy rune crafting plus 250% when crafting runes at altars. That is a later change, and we don't get it because we're not doing stuff at altars. Maybe with plus 250% XP, we could make use of altars and it'd be somewhat worth it. But then we would have to collect essence and... nah. This is fine. 71 rune crafting. What is a binding rod? Much later. Also requires invention research. Binding rod. No. 72 rune crafting. That is Armildal runes after Ritual of Majrat, which we've done. We're not going to make any Armildal runes because we don't need to, but we could if we wanted to. 73 rune crafting. See if that's anything. It's not looking good. Nope. 74 rune crafting. Oh boy. It is 2 times chaos runes. Not gonna do that probably. 75 rune crafting. That's a pretty big deal of a level for old rune crafting, at least. Because that is the giant pouch. It can hold 12 essence in one inventory space. Ain't that something? But still, the problem is the essence itself. And also kind of get into the altars, but mostly the essence. If we ever do some regular rune crafting, we can get all those pouches then. That'll be something. 76 rune crafting. Well, that is one thing. 5 water runes per essence. Oh boy. And lastly, here is 77 rune crafting. That's actually something up here in RuneSpan and other spots. We get blood runes, regular rune crafting with Legacy of Steergaze, which we've done. 8 times air runes, which I guess is something. Here in the RuneSpan, we get blood pools, blood S-wraiths, and greater missile platforms, allowing us to go to new spots, get blood stuff, have a good time. Also 8 Armadillo runes. I believe we can do that. That's Ritual Maltrat, saw that earlier. 8 seems like a lot, but it's more complicated making Armadillo runes. Not helpful, but complicated. And later, 8 Spirit runes. Could theoretically be useful later. Is the greater missile platform? You bet it is. Ah, 77. Got a convenient blood S-wraith right here. Let's siphon off some blood runes. Eventually. Blood runes. Run across here. And go to different islands here. Might go to different sections out here, now that we can more frequently use the blood pools and stuff. But like, not here, because these are like solo guys. We can't actually siphon those. That's level 90. A work in progress for the future. But for now, we're going to be done with rune crafting here. Going to teleport out and get our 32,000 points converted to outside points, which are useless, essentially. Well, that's alright. And also, all the runes disappear when we leave. All your runes will convert to points when you leave. Yep, that's the plan. That is the plan. There you go. And now, it's time to actually go do more quests and stuff. Next time. Goodbye.